Hello and welcome for a new Chronic Vintage. Today we will talk about the two last set of figures released in 1984 and 1985. But above all, I would like you to subscribe to my channel by clicking to the bottom right here. It will allow me to give you more information about vintage Star Wars toys. 17 or not 17, that is the question. Since I'm on a social network, I realize that question coming back quite often, and I would like to show you where the confusion comes from, why people believe there's 17 action figures released in 1985 instead of 15 action figures released. So let's have a closer look about where the confusion comes from. The biggest amongst the figures ever released was 1983, with the first wave of 17 new action figures for Return of the Jedi released, and if you sent 5 proof of purchase to Kenner, you could get the Emperor's special offer plus Sears Jabba the Hutt dungeon with Nikto, 88, Klaatu, Skiff Guard, and you hit the score of 21 new characters at the end of 1983. Mass production factories in Asia were at the top to welcome the upcoming and last episode of the original trilogy, which allows Kenner to increase offer by 40% globally. From 1978 to 1982, we were used to have a maximum of 10 to 14 new characters each year, so 1983 was definitely a very special one to remember. During the New York Toy Fair in February 1984, 14 new action figures were displayed at the toy show where vendors got their Toy Fair catalog to see what's new from Kenner. Ewoks were at their best with 4 new characters: Wicket, Teebo, Paploo, and Lumat. In regular catalogs sold with playsets and vehicles, you had all 14 new action figures displayed on one page for customers to understand what was available in 1984. With the action figures packaging, you can also see on the back of the first card 77 action figures displayed, and then a second card back was printed with 79 characters, including Ewok, Paploo, and Lumat. New characters in 1985 were displayed on one page in Kenner Toy Fair catalog, and planetary maps offered with playsets and vehicles. Only Yak Face figure released was cancelled at the last minute for the US market, as Jabba's Palace character disappeared on the back of the Power of the Force card, but remained available in Canada and Europe with a free logo packaging but no weapon. Some European overstock brings Yak Face to the States in some KB stores for a short period of time. To make the long story short, you had 17 new characters in 1983, 14 in 1984, and 15 new action figures were released in 1985. So where the confusion come from? Why are Paploo and Luma often mixed up with the 1985 Power of the Force release? When you don't have catalogs or packaging as references, the figures themselves can help, as no country of origin or patents are stamped on the back of their legs. In the early 90s, our main references were books like Space Adventure, Action Figures Collectible, or Star Wars Collectible, and those books were really good ones, but a tiny little list of errors shows up when it comes to define the end of production for 1984 and the beginning of 1985 action figure storyline. This was actually corrected with the 2003 John Kellerman Star Wars Action Figure Guide for Collectors book, where you can clearly see detailed information about each wave of figures released, and this is very well displayed in the great Gianni Venturini and Greg Armstrong Star Wars Toy Guide Action Figures, and to my book as well. I hope this video was an interest to you. Feel free to comment, share it with your friend, and I would like to thank everybody who's following me now since 2017. Welcome the new followers. Thank you everyone to be part of this journey into the Kenner toy line, and if you still want more information about the Kenner toy line, you can have a copy of my book still available in North America, South America on my website chronicvintage.com. You have the description link below, and for the European community it is still available also on Amazon. So thank you so much for following me, and see you soon for New Chronic Vintage.